welcome back to Rumor Has It Official. Let's get straight into talking all about 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. This is season 6, episode 5, and the title of this episode is Love Takes Hostages. In this video, we're going to be talking all about Elizabeth and Andrei. But before we do me a big favor and give this video a big thumbs up, share, subscribe, plus hit that bell so you will be notified on future uploads from me coming out this week. And let's go ahead and get straight into talking about these two. So I have my phone here so that I can stay on topic and get out the points that I really want to discuss in regards to this episode. Now, Elizabeth can't balance being a stay-at-home mom and work because homegirl was out of breath and anxiously waiting for Andrei to get home. Her cutting the strawberries with the sharp knife and Ellie putting her hands up there had me on edge. Instead of her putting Ellie into her high chair, giving her a little snack to occupy her while she preps dinner and gets everything going, Ellie is sticking her hands up there and she almost cut little Ellie's fingers off, okay? Like I said, it just made me anxious and very nervous. Moving on, once Andrei gets home, she wants to know all about his first day. He walks in with so much negative energy. I could feel it through the doggone TV. Huffing and puffing. Andrei kisses her, then rushes over to the fridge to grab some water, take a big old gulp before he decides to share what exactly happened while he was out working at his new job. So he says that his first day was a mess and he thought that it was going to go smoothly. He called it a drama scene, but thought that he would be inspecting the property and taking notes. He goes off calling Charlie the wannabe landlord and out of his name. Now, Andrei is acting like he had no clue, but I like to think from jump he was told that it's a family business and that they would all have to work together. Now, that was the whole reason why Elizabeth wanted Andrew and her brother to come together, have a meeting, and have some peace, kind of bridge the gap since the whole wedding fiasco. So that was the whole reason of her wanting them to come together to make peace, because she knew that they would have to work together. He knew they would have to work together. Okay, because she did say, Charlie is my father's right-hand man. This is a family business. So he definitely was clear on that. But of course, Andrei likes to make up scenarios and do what he wants to do and paint the picture how he wants to paint it. So Andrei is putting on, and Elizabeth, like a dummy, is believing everything that he is saying. He's a grown man and he's acting like he's telling on another kid from the playground who maybe called him names. He's basically like tattletelling, and I'm just like, grow up. Elizabeth knows how the family business goes and needs to tell her husband not to get caught up in all the extra stuff, but to focus on learning and absorbing information from all moving parts in the business. They're, of course, getting caught up in the drama. And Elizabeth is like, nobody's going to talk to my husband like that. Once Andrei tells her, your sister, she called me a bleep bleep, whatever Rebecca called him. But he's like, she called me this. She's like, nobody's going to talk to my husband like that. And I mean, nobody, she's just going off. And Andrei is still under the impression that Charlie and Rebecca are jealous of him. He says if they're going to act like that, then he's going to quit. Now, moving on, Elizabeth in this scene also shares with him that she wants to get a nanny because she found it hard to multitask, work from home, and take care of their daughter, Ellie. She doesn't feel like she can work from home and take care of Ellie, and she says that she's not quitting her job. That's just not an option. Andrei is against it because he doesn't trust anyone unless it's her family or his to watch her. Seems like to me, Ellie needs structure and a routine. She needs a schedule, okay? Because Ellie was definitely very fussy. She was crying and falling out, her body falling all out. It was just a lot going on. So I just feel like, kids need that. Most likely when Andrei was watching her, she definitely wasn't getting that from him. And like I said, babies need structure and they need a routine. It just helps things go smoothly for them. They won't get so antsy. They won't get so frustrated because they're used to a certain thing. Okay, this time we're going to have snack. This time learning. This time a nap. Then wake up from a nap, time for dinner, this time bath. Like, that's what needs to happen. But she hasn't been home with her daughter. So she needs to create that schedule and a routine, and it's just all about balance. That's what I feel. Now, like I said, Ellie was very fussy and fake crying and turning off the tears very quickly, and I guess she gets that from her mom and dad. I guess that's where it's coming from. So in the next scene, Andrei and Elizabeth are going to immigration to check on the status of the renewal of his green card. The attorney says that immigration has changed, and before they were looking at, how can we help you? Now they're looking at how can we deny you? Adding that it's the worst time to be an immigrant because immigration's policies have changed drastically. They want loads of information now, and he will most likely have to go through an interview once again, okay? She went as far as to say that sometimes they want a paternity test when kids are involved because now they're thinking like, well, how do we know that's really your child? Andrei is already trying to use him shadowing Chuck and interning as employment history. It's only been one day, and he's already trying to use that to his advantage. Andrei still has some secrets and is still very sneaky, okay? He's not being truthful, and the immigration lawyer says if he's withholding information from his past, then he will be deported. The lawyer says that she worries at the lack of income that he's received in the 2 years that he's been in the U.S. So next, the immigration lawyer says her concern is any negative factors that he has in regards to his past, they will be brought up. And Andrei quickly and aggressively says, there is none. We can exclude that at this point. Which by that response, that means he definitely does. And he says whatever was in his past is buried. The lawyer says that you can't regulate anything because immigration has its way of finding these things out. And Andrei arrogantly says, I did. Very disrespectful, very rude. Are we surprised? No. Andrei could be deported because he is in fact withholding information about his past. And when he was saying, it's buried, it's in the past, no, they're not going to find out, that type of thing, Elizabeth was like, are you sure? These two are a hot mess. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to have my dad write something up stating, you've been employed. The dude only has worked one day. He's an intern. He's shadowing. He's not getting any money every 2 weeks or monthly. Like, he's not getting anything in, sweetie. So you want your dad to jeopardize the family business by your dad lying to immigration for the sake of to help your husband out? Hot mess. What Andrei should have been doing when he came down here is getting a job instead of playing games, hopping from, I'm going to be a handyman, I don't want to work. He should have worked for her father the very first time that he opened that door for him to, but no, his pride and that ego did not allow him to do so. I don't need them. I'm do my own thing. But you sat there and didn't get a job. You sat there making flyers, acting like you were going to do some handiwork and be a freelancer. You didn't do that. Then you hopped over to say, okay, well, I'm going to be a stay-at-home parent. I'm going to watch our child. Like, it was just too much going on. He should have been trying to get a job, but he did not do that. So this is really crazy to me. These two, I don't feel bad for him one bit. If he gets deported, that'll be karma. That's karma for his behind, because like I said, just the way he's been moving and acting, I'm not really a fan of Andrei. And I told you all, I have to laugh at him because he's comical in order to not get upset. Okay. You just have to laugh at this dude. So comment down below your thoughts on Elizabeth and Andrei in 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. This was season 6, episode 5. The title of this episode is Love Takes Hostages. I want to hear all about what you thought about these two in that comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, share, subscribe, plus hit that bell so you will be notified on future uploads coming out this week. Again, I appreciate all of your love and support, all the positive feedback, every comment. I truly appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are so much appreciated. If I haven't said that enough, I'm going to continue to say it because that's how much I appreciate you, my besties. So I hope all of you beautiful people have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.